Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Nikolai, and this is a review for Gungrave G.O.R.E. This game was quite a surprise for me, because the last time I heard about this game was back in 2004, when Gungrave Overdose came out on PlayStation 2, which was a sequel to Gungrave the game that came out 2 years earlier, in 2002. And it was a very mediocre shooting game that tried to compete with Devil May Cry and old God of War. The last serious entry happened in 2017 when the game came out on PlayStation VR and also was not a fantastic one. It was a prologue for Gungrave G.O.R.E. And now in November 22nd of this year, Gungrave G.O.R.E. came out on our favorite Game Pass. And we will review all major aspects of this game, and we will try to break down it on bad parts and yeah. The story is the worst part of this game. It was not supposed to even exist. It tries to link old characters and new ones with seed experiments, where the dose of this liquid substance can transfer the organisms into Ogremans or just weird huge monsters. Let me explain to you why this story already doesn't work. After the first game that came out in 2002, Madhouse Studio decided to release anime right before the second game came out, and that anime is really good. It was telling us a story about Brendan Hitt and Harry McDowell, old friends that became a part of Gang Millennium and started their tough journey with so many dramatic and beautiful moments. In 26 episodes, this anime was able to tell us one of the best criminal dramas with good moral, interesting characters, fan service, and of course, epic conclusion. But now back to our G.O.R.E. This game just decided to flip over anything good from old scenarios and decided to create a completely different path for Brendan Heat or Grave, and just started to throw him all over the place without any logical reasons. The characters that you saw in anime, like Mika Asagi, that had a tragical story, became some sort of leader of Seed hunting an organization, and cooperated with Grave to assist him. And let me tell you, this is quite hilarious in the game. You wanna know why? Look at the screen. We do see an arrow that points us where to go, and a compass that shows us where to go. Question to the audience. How many hints for the navigation do we have? 2? No. We have 3 navigations in this game. Arrow, compass, and radio, where Mika tells us, "Good job, Grave, go straight," or "Grave, keep moving forward," and "Grave, jump over."
Great, jump over.
And it's just ridiculous because the entire game is just a straight corridor. And now we are slowly transitioning from the worst part of the game, which was the story, to an even worse thing, the gameplay. There are no secrets, no collectibles, no different paths or any shortcuts. It's just a straightforward corridor third-person shooting game. Sometimes the game is allowing you to go over the boxes from the left or right side, and that is it. There are upgrades and laboratory between the missions that are really necessary if you want to finish the game, at least on standard difficulty. The balance is completely broken. On the hard difficulty, it takes forever to kill bosses, and timed missions are just ridiculous. Enemies are going towards you forever, and you have to press one single button to shoot. Gladly you don't have to aim during the very aggressive auto-aim. And sounds not hard, but it's hard physically. You cannot change controls, and you have to mash right trigger constantly to shoot. No auto-fire. I know that it's 4 shots per mash, but you still have to mash it so Grave won't stop shooting. And after pressing it for 2 hours on stream, I just quit the game and uninstalled it. But as you can see, I'm making a review of this game, which means I finished it, and I finished it on PC. It's way easier to play on PC due to one single mouse clicking, but till the end of the game, I thought that my favorite Razer Death Hater mouse will reach the threshold of 25 million clicks and I have to buy a new one. Developers from Iggy Mob had some problems with imagination as well, so they decided to call stages like City 1, City 2, Warehouse 3, Warehouse 4, and etc. Looks unbelievably poor. Some bosses look quite brutal and enemies are really unique and have a high variety on different stages, but it doesn't help the game at all. Another worst thing in this game is the sound. One of the worst soundtracks this year. Disgusting combination of old combi-crized industrial tracks from DMC relaunch and some new metal rap / hip hop techno disco club tracks? Are you serious? I turned down the sound immediately during the stream and did the same thing during my PC run. Interesting fact, the composer of 2 previous games and anime is Tsuneo Imahori, who created an amazing and powerful soundtrack for Devil May Cry and Final Fantasy XV, one of my most favorite soundtracks of Final Fantasy series, won't lie. Seems like Iggy Mob Studio was not able to convince Imahori to come back to this trash series and decided to either find outsource people or just download the crappiest tracks from SoundCloud and add them to the game. The optimization in this game is not the best either. The graphics are barely next gen, poor effects, the famous RTX is disgusting. Some unnecessary reflections are distracting from the gameplay. For example, in this moment of the City 1 stage. What's this about those reflections on the ground? Thankfully, I was able to compare different versions of the game by myself, and the version for Xbox Series S was the best due to the optimal graphics setting and minimum amount of lightning shooting crap on the screen. The overall impressions about this game are obvious. This is a trash game. Not even a single aspect of this game grabbed my attention and made me replay this game. Bad game design, bad graphics, bad sound, primitive controls. All those things makes this game one of the worst games in 2022. I hope that in the future the developers will try to rethink this series and will make something completely new like the developers of God of War did. But till that time, do not waste your money and especially time on this product. Thank you very much for watching it till the very end. Please join the channel, subscribe on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and description down below will be playlist with multiple games. Press like, put comment, and I'll definitely see you next game.